Welcome back to another video. My name is Suyash Today. I am a third year computer engineering student at MIT Pune. So today we are going to start with another service known as S3, which is one of the most easiest and important service among all the services of AWS. We'll see what is AWS, what is S3, why is it used, what are different types of storage classes of S3, and on what basis S3 charges you. Okay, so let's start. First of all, S3, also known as Simple Storage Service. It is also referred as S3 bucket. Next, in this bucket we kept some objects. Objects can be formed in the form of files, videos, audios, etc. It is simply your Google Drive where you upload your files and it stays as long as you delete it. Next, there are features. What are features of S3? It is scalable. As you create a bucket, your data is kept in multiple availability zones. For security, it is durable. It is 99.99%. It has 11 nines. Due to it is kept in multiple availability zones and it has retrieval in very less time. Next, it has versioning enabled, so you can keep track of your versions, version 1, version 2, version 3. So let's now see. Now let's see on what basis this S3 charges you. Here comes the concept of storage classes. There are multiple storage classes. So let's start with the first one. Suppose you have a viral video on YouTube or Instagram. This video is accessed frequently by multiple users. So this video is kept in S3 standard storage class, which has high availability and performance. And frequently accessed data is kept here. Next on the list is S3 standard infrequent access. This is slightly lower in cost than the standard S3 because let's see with an example. So the viral video has lost its virality after few days. Now it is less frequently accessed compared to earlier days. So in this case, it is shifted to infrequent access. Next on the list is S3 1 zone I. As I already told you, S3 automatically stores your data in greater than or equal to 3 availability zones. But in this type of storage class, only in one single availability zone your data is stored. Reproducible, recreatable, non-critical data is stored here. It is lower in cost than the standard and standard infrequent access. Next, S3 intelligent tiering. S3 automatically detects whether your data is frequently accessed or not. And based on that, it shifts from standard to standard IA and vice versa. It is very helpful for beginners. Next on the list is S3 Glacier Debug, which is the cheapest among all because it is stored on tabs. And to assemble these tabs again, we require a lot of time. So its retrieval is in days. Long-term research data is kept here, which is not frequently used. They require the data once in a while. It is kept here. Next is the S3 Glacier Flexible Retrieval. It is stored on your SSD, but it is not attached to your server. This SSD are kept in some box and kept in the server rooms. Then when the user demands for the retrieval, they are fetched and then attached to the server. It requires few hours for the retrieval. So historical analytics, some bank related stuffs are kept here. Now we have S3 Glacier Instant Retrieval, which is stored on hard disk and attached to the server. So it is faster for retrieval as it is attached to the server. Data accessed few times in a year. So the media archives that must be quickly retrievable that are kept here. So now we are going to see how to create an AWS S3 bucket. So log into a console and search S3. Now in buckets, we'll see the first field is bucket type. So do you want general purpose or directory bucket? Directory bucket, it has low latency, but it has only your data will be kept in one zone storage class. So let's select general purpose directory for now. Next is your bucket name. So bucket name should be unique. Next field is your bucket name. So the bucket name must be unique globally. Okay. Now here is the another option where you can copy settings from the existing bucket. So next on the list is object ownership. We have two options known as ACL disabled and ACL enabled. Now let's see with a diagram. Suppose this is you and you are the bucket owner, and this bucket is shared among all the employees of the company. Now, when the ACL is disabled and this employee puts an object to the shared bucket, it automatically enforces the object owner as the bucket owner, which is you. When the ACL is disabled, when it is enabled, the owner of this object will be the person who puts that object in that bucket. It means it has security credential issues. So when you use ACL disable, now all the objects in these buckets are owned by this account. It means you have to create IAM policies for another people to access your data. So put the object in bucket, delete anything. You have to maintain some policies which makes it highly secure. We often use this ACL disabled thing. So next on the list is block public access settings for this bucket. It is also one of the security credentials for your S3 bucket. Now you can enable and disable it. It means block all public access. Whether suppose you are keeping a static website on your in your S3 bucket, you're hosting. Suppose you're hosting a static website on your S3 bucket. In this case, you need to uncheck this box and acknowledge this thing. But for more security purposes, we always keep this off. Next is your bucket version, the most important part of the S3 bucket. Most of you have used GitHub. It has all your previous versions of the file. You made some changes, it automatically stores it as version 1, version 2, version 3. Same is the case here. For more security purpose and reliability, you have bucket versioning. So you can enable or disable it. It has its own advantages and disadvantages. Once you disable the versioning, you cannot access the previous version of your S3 bucket. But once you enable it, you can access your previous version. But it takes a lot of storage. Also, This is the default encryption which S3 uses. Now we shall create the bucket. As you can see, our bucket is created successfully. Now it is kept in Europe region. Now let's upload some objects in this AWS S3 bucket. So click on the bucket, click on upload and add files. Now let's select an image. Okay. Now your object is being uploaded. Here is your object. Now you can see the AWS region, last modified, the size, the type of object, also the versioning. Next is the storage class. Here we are using S3 standard by default class. You can edit this thing. And you can select any of this as per your requirement. And just click Save Changes. Now let's upload some files to this bucket. Click on Upload, Add Files, and let's upload this my.txt, which contains Hello, I'm Suyesh for now. So now let's upload this thing. Close it. Now here you can see Show Versions options. Now just enable it. So here you can see my.txt, which has version ID this, and it is a storage class this. Now let's modify this file. And let's re-upload this file. Now once you click on the Show Versions, here you can see here a branch is created, a thread is created, and now here when you disable the Show Version options, it will show the latest of the version. And when you enable it, you will show there are two files. If the file has same name, it will create its version. It has its version ID. So by the end, this is your AWS S3. And we have seen how to create a bucket, how to insert the object, how to delete, and how to select versions. Also, we have selected the storage class. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to the video.